glad to have you back with us as we continue our post-Melissa conversations here at Sunrise. You know, disasters don't affect everyone equally, and for many Jamaicans, storms like Melissa pose unique challenges. Joining us now is Senator Floyd Morris, who's been leading the charge to ensure that persons with disabilities and other vulnerable groups are protected and supported during this time.
And it's a very, very important conversation to have right now, because it's very important to give focus to these persons, particularly with disabilities and seniors and low-income households. Senator, I want to ask first, what immediate actions are being taken to assist these persons, the groups that I've just mentioned?
Well, I mean, what I can tell you is what I've heard from the government in terms of support through the shelters that have been opened to all citizens who have been affected. And, from the shelters, they have been providing support there for those individuals. But I guess, when disasters strike, you go out and you do the assessment, and based on the assessment, you do the distribution. So I think the governmental apparatus would be in full effect this morning, today, to do the assessment and start the immediate distribution of emergencies through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security and ODBEM. So that's what I have heard from the government announcements thus far. But in terms of a structured approach towards persons with disabilities and senior citizens, I have not heard that announced. And in a time such as this, where the disaster has affected everybody, but as you correctly said, it impacts different groups disproportionately, So senior citizens and persons with disabilities and our children are particularly vulnerable groups that we have to look out for. They need support. They need all the guidance at this time. And I am taking this opportunity to make that appeal to our Jamaican brothers and sisters. This is not the time when the greedy should have a field day and neglect those who are most in need. And so just give as much support as possible to our senior citizens and to our children and to persons with disabilities, and allow them to get as much of the benefit that will be distributed as possible.
Yeah, that brings me to the point that, we know that community groups and caregivers play a really big part in supporting our vulnerable people during this time. I just wanted to know how they're working with government teams on the ground.
Well, definitely this is a time when you have the different groups within the society coming together to work with the governmental system in order to provide the relief effort. And if the government wants the distribution and the relief effort to work effectively, they have to engage some of the caregivers, some of the community leaders, to make sure that they identify vulnerable individuals like our senior citizens and persons with disabilities. And there are two groups in Jamaica that have been doing very well, and they are extremely credible in terms of supporting the governmental mechanism, and that is ADRA, the Adventist Disaster Relief Agency, and the Red Cross. They have done a fantastic job over the years in terms of making sure that the benefit reaches the most vulnerable. And that is what you want in a disaster, because everybody is going to want to come forward now and say that they lose this and they lose that, when, some of them lose nothing at all. And those individuals should really exercise their conscience and don't come forward and hug the system, so to speak, and prevent the needy from getting the benefit.
Yes, well, I want us to look ahead now, because, Hurricane Melissa is behind us. I don't know if there are any long-term strategies that are being considered that you want to point us to enhance the resilience of the vulnerable communities against future natural disasters. This is a big one, but how can we look ahead?
Yes. Well, one of the things that I have called for prior to now is for a disability-specific sense of, for us to be able to map and track where persons with disabilities are in the country, so that we will know in a disaster where exactly to find them, And right now, the system is left up to voluntary registration by persons with disabilities at the JCPD. But if we are going to be able to respond in an effective way in the future, recognizing the challenges that we are having with climate change, we need to do something like this so that we can plan effectively for a vulnerable group like persons with disabilities. And, based on research that I have done and my association with the community of persons with disabilities, you will note that there are some communities across the country where there's a large concentration of persons with disabilities. So, for example, in St. Elizabeth, in the southeastern side of St. Elizabeth, into the southern side of Manchester, you have a lot of persons there with different types of disabilities.
Right.
And likewise, in places like Clarendon and Riversdale, you have individuals with different types of disabilities. In Portmore, because of the housing development that took place over there, you have a lot of persons with disabilities who benefited from the housing development. And so, you know that these are areas where there is a large concentration of persons with disabilities. And so we have to be able to map and track where these individuals are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Information is key. That data is key. Knowing where everybody is so key. And we know that tremendous work is being done. And so we thank you so much for joining us this morning to let us know all that's being done. That was Senator Floyd Morris reminding us that community care is everyone's responsibility. We'll now take a statement from Darrell Vaz, the Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport regarding recovery plans for JPS and the transportation sector.
Good morning, Jamaica. My thoughts and prayers are with every single Jamaican in the aftermath of Melissa. Today is day one of the recovery. And I want to let you know that JPS will be moving to try and restore power for all the lesser affected parishes while they do an assessment by air today of the worst affected areas in Western Jamaica. ODPEM has already issued this morning the letter to JPS to begin restoration. You will get regular updates on the status, starting with today, of an exact status of the grid for every parish. As it relates to the airports, which are the most important now to get relief into Jamaica, I'll be going to the airport at Norman Manley at 9 a.m. to meet with all the stakeholders, do an assessment, and hopefully get a okay to open the airport by late this afternoon, early tomorrow morning for relief flights. I'll then be flying down to Montego Bay to do an assessment of the Montego Bay Airport, as well as the Ian Fleming Airport. It is likely that we'll have to use Norman Manley as the base for the immediate, along with lesser plane sizes into Ian Fleming, which is closer to the western area, and see what the return time for Montego Bay Airport is. I want to reassure you that we will work as a government and me as a minister 24/7 until such time as we have recovered. God bless you. I've mobilized a JDF helicopter to take the JPS team on a complete recon starting at 9 o'clock this morning of the entire Western Jamaica parishes and communities that were hit, so that they can get a better understanding of the extent of the damage and what will be required to start the restoration immediately.
It's time!
Welcome to High School Pitchside. We have another fascinating episode for you.
More matches, more big clashes.
Let's talk about some of the big rivalries coming up this week.
More of your favorite features.
And trust me, you won't fall asleep in this history class.
And of course, we always want to hear from you.
Hear from your alma mater's players and coaches in Team Talk.
You know we can't leave you out. So send us your messages on social media and watch us react on FanView.
And you know we love a good little debate, right, Gio?
We've got you covered all season long on High School Pitchside.
High School Pitchside, your ultimate guide to all things schoolboy football, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
When the bus the man, I want to watch my son play finals on CVM, you know.
But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
Score! My son score! My son score! My son score! My son score!
Greatness begins here.
A mammogram can shape your motherhood. The Jamaica Cancer Society, helping women now. Visit the website at jcs.live. Early detection saves lives.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Odyssey with Yendi. Brought to you by Grace, singer, and Island
Luxury Concierge Services.
Now look, we know it's not Friday, but after what Jamaica's been through, we could all use a good laugh, don't it?
A good laugh, yeah.
Yeah.
But before we did a good laugh, though, before we did a good laugh, I asked my producer to show me some sights and scenes, you know. So first up, let me see what's going to be first up.
It's Brownstown, and wow, look at that. It looks like, you know, this is the thing, right? I'm wondering if we're still going to be having like whole heap of breeze and all them something like up to late last night. It was a whole heap of breeze.
Yeah, Halloween.
Yeah.
And also, I was told, I got a note. I was told by someone I should take a photograph of the vehicle. Take a photograph, so that, I mean, if there is anything that happened untoward, you can say this is what it looked like.
I want to know
hurricane.
that this was actually sent by one of our sunrisers as well, by the way.
Oh,
that
really?
video just now. Sorry,
good.
I just wanted to mention that. Yeah.
But I was mentioning that's good to hear. You know that our sunrisers are really sending in the videos. But I saw the car, and I was wondering if it was because of this is Dawkins Pen now.
Clarendon.
Whoa,
look at that. Look at that. That's
like
exactly what you don't want to see.
No.
Merciful.
Whoa,
yeah. Isn't it amazing how everybody can, like, you know, take these videos for us as well, and so that we can see what's happening all over. I keep thinking about Gilbert and how I said to Wayne, I was like, how was everybody keeping in touch? How were they find out? And he said to me, call IT.
Yeah.
He was a big man. He would know. So this is Westmoreland. Oh my God, Grange Hill, Westmoreland. Look at that sky. Mercy. Well,
this is after, right?
Yeah. Look at that sky.
Yeah.
And then I think all the way back, I'm like, how did they know, like the Tainers know?
Yes, yeah,
there's something coming. So when them see that pink sky there, the orange sky, them say, look here,
it's
run.
coming.
And you know what me learned yesterday? You see when fly show up?
Yes, when the fly them show up.
So when the fly them come in your yard, you must stay into the yard too. This is Little Bay, Westmoreland.
Whoa,
and,
near the sea.
Oh my. Yeah. Look at that. That is one angry sea. You know, I'm even thinking about...
I saw a video with surfers.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I was like, what?
Yes. But
You know?
surfers are different.
I mean,
they live for that. They love that, you know. But, you know, I'm one of those people who's like, all right, if you can't hear, you must feel. But they, as far as I know, they were all fine.
Different experiences right across Jamaica, and I'm sure... You know, it's such a mixed bag of reactions.
It's true.
Really a mix. If there was ever a mixed bag of reactions, it's now.
No,
but let's see the last one.
Let's check the water. Okay, this is waterfront now.
Well, now.
Yeah.
Looking a little calm.
Yeah, but still choppy. You don't want to be out there. Trust me, if me and you out there right now, we have motion sickness, seasickness.
Trust me.
You know what was amazing? I loved all of the live cams that you could see different parts and what was happening.
Old Harbour.
Listen, Flat Bridge.
Crossroads.
It was amazing to have that type of real time and see what was really happening out there. But as you said, it is a mixed bag of emotions, you know, and we tend to have when I'm nervous, I laugh. When I'm nervous, I gotta make a joke about something. And I think there are lots of people out there like that who use comedy to cope, and so
and it
you
works
know it does
every
work.
time.
It does work, and it's something for us to laugh about, and it's not making
fun of a situation,
but it's making light.
Of this, because a merry heart does.
Yeah, help us to get through. It does. All right, so it's time for a Wednesday.
Wednesday react?
Yes, but it's a Hurricane Melissa style.
Usually we react on a Friday.
Yeah, well, it's Wednesday, and I think we're going to put up the name Melissa. Please, we'll just put up the name. I think they're actually going to retire the name Melissa for any storms or hurricanes, but maybe we need to retire it generally.
No new babies.
Yeah, my cousin Melissa, she's over it. Hi, Mel. All right, let's go to our first video.
Hey, people. I'm Giselle Mills reporting for CVM News. I am currently on the Palisades Strip. Winds are at high. The power of the wind is literally pushing my body forward. And guess what? The sea levels are high. It's coming in powerful. The rain is coming in and out. First it's heavy, then it becomes light. People, this is not a drill. Melissa is close to our lands, and we ought to take heed to the instructions that are given by the authorities. If you're in a flood-prone area, evacuate immediately, people. No, stop. Oh my God. Listen, we have to go. Oh my God. The whole of my shoes wet.
Everywhere she go, it follows.
No, listen, let me tell you something. I was telling Tammy, she and I was having a conversation earlier, and I was saying, I'm not a journalist.
No, I listen, let me remind all of you today, right? We are not journalists. No. We are what?
We're a TV presenter.
TV presenter, yes.
Presenter.
And because me not go there, you know, me I tell you that right now, forget about no news.
Joe,
so big up to our news team.
Joe,
oh
listen,
my gosh.
Big up yourself.
Yeah.
That's brave, that's bold.
You know what we forget? It's not just her that got with it, remember the cameraman.
Yeah, you had to stay in the water while she was running out.
And him never
Don't forget the cameraman. Listen, Patrick, DJ Carlton.
Yes,
you know,
indeed. All right.
Daniel.
Give us the next video, please.
So I'm here watching the news and waiting for them to get to Hurricane Melissa. Tell me what's the first thing you hear when they cut to the footage in Jamaica?
L'ouragan a déjà fait au moins 4 morts en Haïti et en République Dominicaine. Il menace à présent la
on the big French news.
Machala et Agnès Kirali. De l'ouragan.
Only Jamaica on the big French news.
Yeah.
You know, I'm disappointed because the French ought to know. They ought to know by now that is our most favorite word, and it was very overused in the last few days.
Very colorful.
Very colorful.
Yes, and it's uniquely ours.
Yeah.
There are some words that we use as curse words that are only ours.
Yeah.
You know, and there are some words that are universal but not ours.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Mind you, when we did here, I tell you what, I gasped so many times yesterday.
Yes.
Like me just go so, right?
The whole
and you're counting, because you say someone tree, go drop, you know. Or I, you know what I forgot to do? Get the coconuts off of the tree. So I wait for them, you know. And every now and again, we hear my son say, I think one just lick the ply. And I was like, don't look. But as you say, the bad word there, that was my second favorite word yesterday, behind Jesus.
Oh my God. I tell you.
One extreme to the other.
I tell you, I was being told, park the car front. No, park the car back. Listen, the car park.
Sure.
Next video.
All right, next video.
Guy, you go.
Yes, ma'am. We are going to eat it.
We are going to eat it. Fashion.
Yeah, I saw somebody doing it over the AC for the cool breeze, and I was like, boy, but talk the truth, I think. Last night,
listen.
Cold.
It is.
I was cold last night,
Yeah,
but
man.
that's the last night of cold we are going to feel, you know. Now it's going to go hot.
You know what I'm happy about? I mean, our reliance, we relied less on electricity. Particularly those of us who need the coolings. Never needed it at all.
Yeah, indeed. Look at the time. You guys have stayed with us right up until now, and we're so grateful for it. We really hope that we helped to lighten up this morning, but also give you all the information that you might need. There's going to be a lot of information coming to you over the next, not just few days, but few weeks. And so I hope that, you know, the morning after we were able to just maybe help you get through this day a little easier. There's a lot ahead of all of us. And as you go through today and you assess and you see and you look, we want to definitely, you know, keep pulling this message of community. See who you can help right around you. See who you can help just in your neighborhood. Just start there, you know. Speaking of community, I think we have a shot of Flatbridge right now. Is that right?
sort of flat bridge.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness. And everybody is coming together to
Yes.
try and clear that.
Yes.
Oh, look at is that Carlisle? Oh, God bless Carlisle. And this is what it is about, coming together to rise again. You know, if it's anything we learned, and this is the thing about being in storms before, we have learned. We must learn. And one of the things that we know is that each other, what we do for each other and with each other matters most.
And let me tell you something. I mean, we're off here, Chicken Mary Hawk in here, but I won't use that. What I want to raise to is many hands make light work.
Amen.
So when we come together and support each other, then the work lighter.
Yeah. And for those of you who were inside, you know, and you are able to do so safely, get out. Go and see where you can help. Somebody's going to need help today. Take your children with you. See how we can get involved with anybody. And like I said, even if it is just where you are, get your kids involved, because they should not miss out on the lesson of community and what it means to come together to rebuild. So yeah, that would be what I say to you all today. If you missed out on anything, of course, safety first. If you missed out on anything, you can watch your favorite segments over on YouTube. If you joined us on YouTube, thank you so much for being here as well. We know you want to feel connected to home during this time, and so we hope we help to do just that.
And listen, it's tough. It's going to be tough, but the focus has to always be the through. And I'm telling you, I know it's easy to say here on TV and they're here in NCIT, you don't understand. But one thing I do know, that the through is the most important focus, because as the day changes, you're going through, and it's going to get better.
Amen.
Just believe that it's going to get better.
One step at a time. We're at day one. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Better. So, as always, Sunrisers, I say God without man is still God. But man without God, nothing. Zero.
Zip.
Nada. Vapor. This.
Are you through?
I'm going through.
We love you guys.
You spend all that money on your watch. How much time you spend with your son? So much money in the club. How much you spend with the ones you love? The simple things are your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessings, your blessing. Simple things are your blessing. And you don't notice your blessings. You pick it with the shoes by your feet. Now pick and choose the friends where you keep. You now watch where you eat. When last you get a good sleep. The simple things are your blessings. Simple things are your blessing, your blessing. Simple things are your blessing. You better notice your blessing.
Sing it. Simplicity we use to survive. Many find it difficult because they're ignorant and I.
The time by Grace Good Move is
8:30.
Power in great moments. If you have financial needs, Chris and Charles will fix them for you. Power in great moments since 1992. Oh, we have it all. Power in great moments. Relax, you got Chris and Charles. Oh, we have it all. When you think alone, think Chris and Charles.
Every day starts with care. Care that's always close. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is where you go for everything you need. From your morning routine to life's biggest moments. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is always by your side. Whether it's prescriptions or household essentials, trust the care that's close to home. Super happy, super healthy, Supermed.
The rebranded Heart NSTA Trust offers more than just skills training. Come to us for prior learning assessment to get certified without the